As we edge closer to the start of the international scene, the Nations League is back once again, and I've got the latest round of predictions coming at you. Matchday number 1, part 3, right here, right now. Right, folks, back once again with another prediction show. Today we're taking a look at the Nations League out in Europe, match day 1, part 3, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Nations League related, Blapping Rovers related, world football related. We're going to all here under one roof. That's right, boys. So, of course, the past couple of days we take a look at match days 1, part 1, and part 2. This is the conclusion of match day number 1. And that will bring us bang up to date with all things Nations League. Now, before we jump in the deep end and take a little look at those predictions and, of course, the fixtures and all that kind of jazz, I want a big shout out because over the past few days, we've had 2 new Patreons. Woo! That's right, boys and girls, and they're both called Jack. That's right, we're talking Jack Wiggins and his mucker, Jack Holmes, becoming latest patrons, executive VIPs of the gang to make it a sweet 16. Unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. So I do appreciate the love from the Jacks, Jack Wiggins and Jack Holmes. Respect to you guys for joining the channel and becoming the latest members of the extended family. Goodness gracious, we're going to have a flipping, you know, a big old table once Thanksgiving and all that comes around. We'll have a big old feast. You and I, chicken legs and all that kind of turkey legs. That's the deal. Anyway, they joined the illustrious VIP gang to make Sweet 16. So Jack Wiggins and Jack Holmes joins Dylan Goddard, William Shepherd, Ultra Omimura, Elgin Cow, Chris Wilson, Bianca Muller, Daniel Mellor, Cody Cahoe, Joachim Johansson, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Russell Foss, and Aztec Marky B. Mark. Goodness gracious me, I love them. I love each and every one of them. Cyber hugs all round. So I do appreciate that. If anyone else is out there and want to make this crazy bunch one bigger, check out the link down below, patreon.com/roverseas. You become a latest patron of the channel. That would be absolutely tremendous. So let's get into it. Before we get into it, let's talk about the rules of this confusing, mind-boggling setup that is the Nations League. I do like it, though. I think it does add a bit of drama to a boring international scene dubbed as the friendlies. It removes those, or the majority of those. They still exist, but they're not as common or not as frequent as before. And it does give the opportunity for like-sized nation, footballing-wise, to lock horns. The likes of San Marino locking horns with Liechtenstein. The likes of England locking horns with Belgium. All these sort of, you know, classic crunch matches which could just improve the standard of football globally, because what's the point of Liechtenstein playing Italy week in, week out and getting thumped 6-0? You know, they were just, the feeling of losing is just ground into them. Whereas if they get a chance against San Marino and they win, they might start to feel, you know what, we could actually step up the plate a little bit. So I think it's a fantastic idea on that spectrum. What the heck it does mean in regards to the qualifying campaign, whoever knows. I don't know. Get your calculators out, get your flipping Rubik's Cubes or whatever. I don't know how it all works out. So I'm bringing the rules up here, not for me to explain, so you can read it for yourself. Basically, what I summed up from this is that the World Cup qualifying campaign stays the same. They're going to have 10 groups drawn with 5 nations or 6 or whatever. And then, of course, the winner of those groups in a separate beast, nothing to do with this, separate beast, will then go qualifying for the 22 World Cup out in Qatar. However, the 3 best nations out of this will have a second crack at it or whatever, have a chance to sneak through the back door. I don't know. Anyway, it's up there in text, black and white. Enjoy your reading and get it from what yourself, because it's bloody confusing, but we like it. I like it. Confusing, but we like it. Okay, then let's just remind ourselves of who's going to be taking part in these games on match day number 1, part 3. So into League A Group 2, we have Belgium, Denmark, England, and of course Iceland. Also in action in League A Group 3, Croatia, France, Portugal, and Sweden. Of course, Portugal, the current holders of the Nations League. And League C Group 1, we have Azerbaijan, everyone's favourite, Cyprus, Luxembourg, and Montenegro as well. And a very, very difficult, interesting group there in League C Group 1. Also in action in League C Group 2, Armenia, Estonia, Georgia, not the country, but the state. Sorry, not the state, but the country. And North Macedonia as well. And League D Group 2, Gibraltar, Liechtenstein, and of course, San Marino. That's right. So let's get into action then, take a little look at the games. But before that, I want to tell you that we are doing a prediction league for the Nations League. If you've not done the predictions or your own predictions in the old comment sections of the respected previous parts 2 and part 1 of match number 1, go back and take a look at those videos, get your predictions in nice and early before we kick off of match day number 1, part 1, because if you're late, then I'm going to have to be a little bit harsh on you, because I can't just let everybody predict once the games have started. You know what I mean? And it kind of defeats the purpose of actually having a league. So get in there, and of course the winner at the end of this tournament, I don't even know, I think we're either going to wait till the conclusion of the tournament. The final, once the trophy's been lifted to announce the winner. And the winner will get a t-shirt, not this t-shirt, but they'll get a t-shirt that has the emoji of the crown and the dude up top. And of course, the words Prediction King or Queen and the respective league as well. And we're doing these across the domestic leagues as well. We've already got the Ligue 1 and France up and running. We have Scotland up and running. And not before too long, we're going to have the ones out in England, Germany, La Liga, Serie A, and the Eredivisie as well. So you're going to have a load of opportunities. If you like predictions, this is the place to be. Smash that subscribe button, which is in the bottom right hand corner somewhere down there, and then get into it. So let's talk about the games then, shall we? So we're going to start right here at the top with the big one. It is Iceland. They're going to be taking on England. That's right. Now these two nations have played each other 3 times. It's been 1 win for Iceland, 1 win for England, and 1 draw between these two nations. They did play each other in 2016. It was in the Euros, and it was a 2-1 win for Iceland. Who remembers it? Who remembers it indeed? Actually, in fact, England took the lead on that one with the Wayne Rooney penalty on the 4th minute before Ragnar Sigurdsson, oh yeah, Ragnar, smashed over and equalised on the 6th minute, and then the 18th minute it was Kolbeinn Sigthorsson with the winner on the 18th minute. However, turn the clocks back to 2014, and the last time these two played in a friendly, it was a 6-1 win back in the era of England's golden generation with Wayne Rooney with a couple of goals there, Darius Vassell in the golden generation, and of course Wayne Bridge and Frank Lampard with Halldór Helgason on the score sheet for Iceland. Now the bookmakers on this bad boy, what do they go with on this one? These games take place, of course, Saturday, the 5th of September. The bookmakers go 90-4 for Iceland, 20-11 on red hot favourites. England are the favourites. 3-1 is your draw on this bad boy. Of course, the squads have been announced and all that kind of jazz. We know who's in, we know who's out, and all that kind of shandingle. But you know, England should fancy the chances on this one. Of course, Iceland do have that hoodoo because of the old Euro victory, but this is a separate beast. Iceland, have they qualified for Euro 2020? I can't really remember. It's been, I've completely forgotten about it. But Iceland will be a tough opposition, and they'll give England a bit of a game. But ultimately, I think England will come out on top quite comfortably with a 3-1 win away from home to open up their campaign with a victory. Next up, we have in the same group is Denmark taking on Belgium. Now, these two nations have locked horns 13 times over the years. It's been 6 wins for the Danes, 4 wins for the Belgians, and 3 draws between the two nations. Now, the last time that these two locked horns was back in the year 2000. Goodness gracious me, with the likes of John Dahl Thomason. Get this, John Dahl Thomason got the opening goal for Denmark. Stalins got a penalty for Belgium, and Wilmot's got a penalty. Wilmot's got a goal for Belgium as well. The other goal for Denmark was, get this, Peter Schmeichel. That's right. Goodness gracious me. Goalkeeper extraordinaire getting a goal for his country in that bad boy. Now, these two sides, of course, locking horns on Saturday as well. Denmark, former Euro winners. Belgium, I think they're ranked #1 in the world at the moment. 14-5 for the Danes, 13-5 is your draw. 11-10 on Belgium are red hot favourites for this one, but it's over in Denmark as well, so it's going to be tough again. But I think with the wealth and breadth of talent over in Belgium, I do expect them to get this one over the line. 2-1 win away from them, and again that sets up nicely for the England Belgium games whenever they come around in this Nations League group. So Belgium open up their campaign with a 2-1 win alongside England as well. Next up we have, of course, the champions. It is Portugal. They're going to be taking on Croatia, of course, World Cup finalists. What a Bobby Dazzler we have on our hands here. Now, these two nations have played each other 5 times. It's been 4 wins for Portugal. Did I say 5 times? It must be 7 times. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've got here 4 wins for Croatia, no wins for, 4 wins for Portugal, no wins for Croatia, 2 draws between the two sides. That makes 6. They played each other 6 times. Now, of course, the past 4 times, though, it's been 3 victories for Portugal, 1 draw as well. The last time they played each other was a friendly. It was a 1-1 draw. Pepe on the score sheet and Ivan Perisic as well. That was back in 2018. However, the last time they played in Croatia was a 1-0 win for Portugal back in 2013 on the score sheet. Cristiano Ronaldo, of course. They also played in the Euros in 2016. It was a 1-0 win as well for Portugal. Ricardo Quaresma on the score sheet way back when. Portugal fancy the chances at home on this one, I do expect. 6-5 on red hot favourites, 5-2 is your draw, 16-5 is your away win. Of course, Ronaldo leading the line, and he's going to be wanting to make it back-to-back successes here in the Nations League. Will it happen? I don't know. I think it's going to be a long old ask, tall order for them to make it 2 Nations Leagues on the spin. But you never know. He's got the driving spirit, he's got the bit between his teeth, and he's wanting to make 2021 a successful year just for his country as well. So for me, I'm going to give it to Portugal as well on this one. They're a decent side, decent nation. They're going to be in the discussion for Euros next season. Last 8, I'm pretty sure of it. But besides that, we'll have to wait and see. Next up, we have a tasty one as well. Sweden. They're going to be taking on, of course, the World Cup winners for La France, of course. Now, these two nations have played each other 21 times. 6 victories for Sweden, 10 for France, and 5 draws over the years. Now, the last time that these two sides played was back in 2017. It was a World Cup qualifying campaign. It was a 2-1 win for Sweden. That's right. Jimmy Dermats and Oliver Toivonen on the score sheet for Sweden. Oliver Giroud get the 1-0 goal for France. That's prior to, of course, the 2018 World Cup. Meanwhile, the last time played in France was a 2-1 win for France. That's right. Paul Pogba, Dimitri Payet on the score sheet with Emma Forsberg as well on the score sheet for Sweden. Excuse me. But over the last 6 encounters, there's been 3 wins for France, 2 wins for Sweden, and 1 draw. However, the record over in Sweden, you go to about 2008 for France's last victory over Sweden. It was a 3-2 win. Goals galore on that bad boy with Benzema, Giroud with a couple of goals. Henrik Larsson and Kim Kallström on the score sheet on that occasion. Meanwhile, the bookmakers' odds on this one, 4-1 for Sweden, long shots, 11-8 on for France. Red hot favourites, 5-2 is your draw. Is Sweden, they're tricky, they're a tricky old unit, but France are France, and right now they are probably one of the best teams in the world, if not the best team in the world. And again, with Kylian Mbappe and co, it seems to have a forever conveyor belt of talent. Next up, of course, is the big one. It's Azerbaijan taking on Luxembourg. Now, these two nations have played each other 3 times. It's 1 win for Azerbaijan, 0 for Luxembourg, and 2 draws. They did play each other in the World Cup qualifying campaign back in 2013. It was a 1-1 draw in Azerbaijan. Ruslan Ablasov on the score sheet for Azerbaijan. Stefano Bensi on the score sheet for Luxembourg. Vladimir Sabazovic got himself sent off. Meanwhile, the last time played in Luxembourg was a 0-0 draw as well. The last time that these two sides were separated by a victory was all the way back in 2010. It was a win for Azerbaijan. Now, the bookmakers on this one find it difficult. I'm pretty sure of it. They find it so difficult, I can't see the odds. They haven't got no odds. Yes, they do. 11-10 on for Azerbaijan. Red hot favourites. 12-5 is your draw. 3-1 is your away win for the Luxies. It is in Azerbaijan. Luxembourg are one of the chief whipping boys of the football, but they are getting better. But I think 2-1 win on this one will give Luxembourg a bit of momentum next time around, and the belief that they can at least level the playing field when they come to Luxembourg. 2-1 win in the end. Next up, another tricky one in the same group. Cyprus taking on Montenegro. Is it in the same group? It is in the same group. Yes, it is. Cyprus taking on Montenegro. Now, these two sides have played each other 3 times. It's been 3 draws between these two nations. They've never had a victory. Now, of course, over those 3 draws, the last time they played each other was a friendly. It was in 2018, and I believe it was in Cyprus, and it was a 0-0 draw. However, the last time they played in Montenegro was a 1-1 draw back in 2009. Goodness gracious me. Mirko Vericic on the score sheet for Montenegro. Yanis Okasus on the score sheet for Cyprus. Bookmakers on this bad boy will side with probably side. I don't know. This is really tight. 21-10, 2-1 on basically for Cyprus for the victory. 11-5 is your draw. 30-10 for Azerbaijan for Montenegro. I believe they are favourites according to that. For me though, I'm going to go with a draw again. It makes it 4 draws on the spin. 2-2-2, whatever you want to call it. And again, probably a bigger point for Montenegro. That a couple of points drops maybe for Cyprus on this one. Into the backstretch now to the final 3 games. We do have Macedonia. They're going to be taking on Armenia. Now, these two nations have played each other 8 times. It's been 3 wins for North Macedonia, 3 wins for Armenia, and 2 draws. Pretty level, to be honest with you. The last 6, though, 3 wins for North Macedonia, 2 wins for Armenia, and 1 draw. The last time they played, though, was in Armenia. It was a 4-0 demolition for Armenia. Marcos Pezelli, Yuren Malyashan, Georgi Gazgajan, and Herik Mashtakadadian on the score sheet for Armenia. Ilmas get himself sent off for North Macedonia. However, the last time played in North Macedonia was a 2-0 win for North Macedonia. So, Ezhbin Alioski and Goran Pandev on the score sheet for North Macedonia. So, goals between these two nations, they seem to be very, very level. Whenever it's played in the opposition territory, it seems to go that way. So, for me, I'll tell you what I'll do in a minute. Let's give you the bookmakers' odds on this one. 6-5 on for North Macedonia. 5-2 is your draw. 16-5 for Armenia. Like I said, usually it goes in favour of the home nation on this one. For me, I'm going to go against the grain here with a 0-0 draw. The last time that these two sides were held to a draw was back in 2010. It was a 2-2 draw. For me, can't really call it. Again, these two nations are a similar sort of stature at the moment, and I'll give it just like that. Next up, we have Estonia taking on Georgia, the country, not the state. That's right, get it right. Now, these two nations have locked horns a few times over the years. Just 6. 2 wins for Estonia, 3 wins for Georgia, and 1 draw. And in the last 4, though, Estonia have actually picked up a victory just the one time. Estonia, 2 victories and 1 draw. They played in Georgia back in 2018. It was a friendly. Jimmy Tabayadze on the score sheet for Georgia. Valiad Kwaliazi also on the score sheet for Georgia. However, the last time played in Estonia was back in 2015. It was a 3-0 win for Estonia. Atis Puri and Othapiki with Maxim Gusev on the score sheet. So it's pretty level on this bad boy, but ultimately the recent form goes in favour of Georgia. The bookmakers on this bad boy will go with, what did they go with? 11-4 for Estonia, 23-10 is your draw. Even Stevens for Georgia on this one. It's tight. I don't really know too much about these nations in regards to how they're playing these days, but I'm going to give it to Georgia, I think. Side with them. I think they've got more talent at the moment these days, especially on a club level. I think Georgia have got the better teams domestically. That's where I go with that one. Of course, we'll wrap it up with the monster. That is Gibraltar taking on San Marino. Now, these two nations have never played each other. Goodness gracious me, I thought they would have done. Have I got this one right? Yes. Never played each other, so it is going to be very, very difficult to size these ones up. The bookmakers will go 3-1 on for Gibraltar. They are red hot favourites. 92 is your draw, 32 is your away win. Have I gone with anybody? I can't separate the two sides. I've gone with a 1-1 draw. It's behind me. You can't see it. So yes, for me, yeah, that's match day number 1, part 3 complete. And again, be sure to get your predictions in the old comment section down below. We're going to take a look at them, of course, each and every match day, and then I'll have a prediction league at the end of this bad boy. Of course, it's going to be a staggered one, of course, and it's going to be a lot of hard work in the end for me to try and keep up with it. So get your predictions in nice and early. Once the games start in each and every respective group or match day or whatever, that's when the entries will come to a close. You can't enter them after that because the turnaround time is very, very rapid on this, so I've got to do my homework very, very quick. Anyway, give the video some love, smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe if you're new, which is bottom right hand corner. And again, if you want to go a little bit of an extra push and become a patron of the channel, be sure to check out the description. There's a link down there, patreon.com/roboseas. For as little as a cup of coffee, you can become a patron of the channel and become a brother or sister for life. That's right, you can become part of the extended VIP gang. Currently we have 16 on board, and hopefully you guys can think about becoming number 17. Check that bad boy. Also check out the description, links to social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, and of course my old website and all that kind of jazz, which hopefully will be cranked up a notch in the next week or two. Anyway, that's it. Give the video some love. Of course, we'll be back for match day number 2 very, very soon. Until then, I'll see you all on the other side. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.